Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miracles, and for today's video, we are going to continue my series on the Netflix original series Amo by Berlante Mendoza. Yes, I've been trying to record that at least a million times, and now I did it. Anyways, we're done celebrating now. I have been in hiatus, so to speak. I apologize, I pronounced that wrong. Of my booktube series basically, but I'm back. I uploaded yesterday my Brown Skin White Minds, and I already filmed my chapter 5 of my other booktube series, America's History by Howard Zinn. And so now we're going to discuss episode 7 and episode 8 of the Netflix series that I've just discussed. These series are really close to my heart because, first of all, I love books, and the older I've gotten, the more responsibilities I've had, and just busier the life I get, I just haven't had a chance to read as much books as I would like. And I find that with this series, it kind of helps me, hey, you know what, be accountable, you gotta read that book, sort of thing. So, and this kind of excuse me, this Netflix series kind of go hand in hand with that. So anyways, after that super long intro, let's get to it. So I have on here is my laptop. I'm just gonna read my notes of the episodes quickly, and I will at the end have my final thoughts on what I think. Oh yeah, there's gonna be spoilers, so please, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. I'll also link down below the previous episodes of this series that I've had. So I think that's about it. Let's go. Episode 7 was called The Party. The intro is showing up that Joseph is a full-fledged drug dealer. He's counting money, getting the green amore. So the green amore is mixed with ecstasy and amphetamine. I'm pronouncing that wrong too. And Cialis. And Cialis is like Viagra. If you don't know what that is, Google it. So that's what it is, and I don't know if this is 100% based on reality, if that's a real thing. I haven't really gone raving or partying for a really long time, so I don't know what's up, but that's what it is. His brother-in-law is not being a good influence on him, obviously, Bino. They are in the condo of the club owner, counting all the money, and then they divvied up. So Joseph received 20,000 pesos. 10,000 goes to him, and the 10,000 he goes to his two buddies. One of them is the nickname Tisoy. He actually gets 10,000. The rest of his buddy. Oh, sorry. And he actually gets 10,000. The rest are for his buddies, which is another 10,000. So I wrote down that's like $200. I guess that's a lot in the Philippines. Also, he got the bike from his brother-in-law, because in the other episode, his brother-in-law said, "Hey," Bino said, "Hey, do me a favor, and I'll give you this motorbike." Joseph got his mom a blouse, his dad a t-shirt, and a Lito Lapid DVD. Lito Lapid is like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And a whole chicken for dinner. I don't really watch his movies either, but I remember him being very big at that time. Joseph immediately took his dad's shirt off, like, chill, man. Like, yeah. So he came in and just like took off his dad's shirt. It's like, here, take a look. Like, dude, your dad's paralyzed. But I guess he was just so excited. So you know what? I give him that. The whole chicken was Oh yeah, I just took note, like the whole chicken is $5 equivalent and 50 cents to the rate that we have in Canada. And in Canada, a whole chicken, like a nice whole chicken, is like $9. So as you can see, a whole cooked chicken is a whole cooked chicken here is $8, but our minimum wage is $14. The prices are up, but the wages in the Philippines are stagnant, which makes of a desperate citizen, which in turn falls prey to drug dealing and easy money-making schemes. Joseph told his mom he is quitting school and going to work as a waiter instead to help with his family's finances. Excuse me. After dinner, him and his friends went to a massage place with happy ending. You know what I mean? Also, the girl Joseph, who was intimate with, that died in the bathroom. So if you know, in the previous episode, he was intimate with this lady who also he gave the green amore to, and yeah, she just passed out, and he basically just left him there. She was dead. She found that out by watching the TV. So the club got busted and Joseph's friend got arrested, and there was a chase scene, which was kind of odd because the cop just basically like, oh, okay, I'm done, I give up. Like, don't you guys have walkie-talkies or some kind of communication device so you can kind of circle this guy in? That was kind of odd, but oh well. I wrote down here, don't the cops have any communicative device to get backup? And I also wrote, this series is so frustrating because the premise is so good, but the execution and acting is terrible. Episode 8, The Operation. It begins with Joseph escaping with his other dealer friend and meeting up with Bino. Joseph is so funny. He's like, meet us in front of Dunkin' Donuts. Like, hello, there's a million Dunkin' Donuts in Manila, but it's just kind of funny. So Bino and Joseph went to the boss's place, and the boss was of course pissed because he did not get his return on investment from the club and told them to lay low. Joseph's sister is watching the news and saw the police are looking after Joseph and Reginald Luxine. Reginald Luxine is a socialite who owns and operates the club, and he gets covered up, and in the news they always say, oh, Reginald Luxine has nothing to do with it, he's innocent, he doesn't know Joseph, which is BS. They were intimate on just the other episode. How? And he's the drug dealer, he's the one who he hired to drug deal, right? Well, of course, in Bino was the one who introduced them, but that's beside the point. So basically the blame will all fall on Joseph. Joseph's sister is so upset and starts slapping him as soon as he arrives. Joseph's sister is so funny. He's like, if you're gonna deal drugs, do it without anyone finding out, which is, true. Because I think the drug itself is not the problem. There's always gonna be drugs. It's the lack of education, right, of these types of drugs. So basically the blame, okay, I'm not saying people should be using drugs, but if we all know as humans that people are going to use it anyways, you might as well educate them. And hey guys, your brain's going to F up if you use drugs when you're 18. These are the consequences, because at least if you have that education, you're arming people with the education, they're going to make better choices, one would think, right? Bino and Joseph tried to get their bike exchange and drugs, but there was a shootout with the police after Tisoy and Bino. Guys, spoiler. Tisoy and Bino got shot by the police, presumably dead. Joseph's sister went to the wake of her husband, which was hosted by his family, but she was kicked out by his first wife. It was a hot mess. Joseph is now being hunted, and the owner of the club gets away free. And final note, we live in a two-tiered justice system. Two-tiered justice system. Okay, what time is it? Because I have to meet up my cousin. Anyways, that's beside the point. So yeah, that's about it. Final thoughts. Acting is like terrible. The fight scenes are lackluster. And I'm not engaged in this show. I'm not pulled in and sucked in the way a good film, movie, book is. I cannot even suspend my belief, the suspension of your belief when you're watching. That's what you do, when you watch movies. Obviously it's not real, but I can't even do that because the acting is just redonkulous. And so we'll see what happens with them, like what happens with Joseph, is if he's gonna die. And so just, again, studies have shown that, one of the reasons people use drugs is trauma, right? They've been traumatized, drug addicts, and so they use drugs as a pain pacifier. And so that's why in other countries, and I think it's same in Canada, where drug addiction is a disease. When someone is having a heart attack, do you go get that person who's having a heart attack and incarcerate them? No, you treat the heart disease. Since we now know studies coming out of Harvard and all this medical research that, drug addiction is a disease, it's a mental health disease, it's a disease. You're not gonna heal people by locking them up, especially there's gonna be, resentment where people who are poor see like this rich people just getting away with this. Like they're like, it doesn't matter anyways. Like if you see that the other people are getting away, you're more likely to say, F it. They don't care about us. I'm gonna go to jail anyways. I might as well do what I want. So this is not the solution, clearly. Guys, please Google Portugal and how they succeeded in lowering down their heroin epidemic over there, please. I'm not going to explain it because I'm not an expert. I just read about it and seen the studies. That's all, okay? I'm not that articulate to completely, discuss it about here, but we all know, right? That drug addicts have a disease in them. Anyways, in conclusion, let's be compassionate and have a rehabilitation center for everyone. It doesn't even matter you're rich, you're poor. Let's have a rehabilitation for everyone. Everybody deserves a chance to live. Thank you for watching. If you like Netflix, definitely give this a thumbs up. Subscribe so you can see our further analysis, and sound off down below. Let's have a discussion about this. What do you think should be done? And I think that's about it. Share for your fellow Filipinos and AMO fans. And comment, share, like, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye. My outro is always so awkward.